Hey, this is Mr. Drogemeyer. Thanks for joining me for our Algebra 1 lesson videos. Today we're in Unit 3 and looking at lessons 8 and 9, which is about solving multi-step problems. And we're going to be looking at some different unit of measure problems to help us understand this concept. And so just to start with, let's look at a few vocabulary terms here. So we have units of measure. And the definition there is standardized quantities that give context to a measurement. So basically, if you think about if you're measuring anything, whether it's distance or measuring in time or any other way, we use units of measure to help us to standardize it. So you know that 12 inches is a foot, or that when I go to measure my height, or I go to measure how long something takes, it helps to have units of measure to standardize that, to understand it. The other two terms that we have are commensurable and incommensurable. Commensurable means that the units that we're talking about, they're physical quantities of the same kind. So if units are commensurable, that means that they are all the same type and they can be converted. So if I'm looking at length, I would say that meters and miles are commensurable measurements. They're both measuring length, and I could convert between those two if I needed to. Same with time. If I have seconds and I have hours, those are commensurable units. Incommensurable units are going to be different types. So if I have feet and seconds, those are incommensurable measurements. They're not measuring the same thing. I can't measure distance in seconds, and I can't measure time in feet. So as we go through here, we're going to be looking at how do we convert between these different units of measure. And the first problem that I have here, so I have a calculation shown, and I'm multiplying 34 meters per second times 3,600 seconds, and that's times 1 mile over 1,609 meters. So these are all, I'm starting with a measurement of 34 meters per second. So meters per second, that is a measure of speed. And I want to convert this into miles per hour. Well, to do that, I first need to see, well, how many seconds are there in an hour? Well, there are 3,600 seconds per hour. And then I want to go from meters to miles. I need to figure out how many meters there are in a mile. Well, 1 mile is equal to 1,609 meters. And so when we multiply these together, the units that show up in both numerator and denominator, so seconds are in the numerator, denominator, meters are in the numerator and denominator. When I multiply these together, I will only have miles left and I will only have hours left. And so my final measurement here is going to be a speed in miles per hour. And to do this, I'm just multiplying these fractions together. Remember, when you multiply fractions, you multiply across. So my numerator, I have 34 times 3,600 times 1. Well, when I do that multiplication, I get 122,400. And then in my denominator, 1 times 1,609. And now I'm going to go ahead and remember, a fraction is just a division. So I'm going to take that 122,400. I'm going to divide by 1,609. And when I do that division, I get 76. They didn't tell me how to round it. I'm going to round it to one place. It's about 76.1 miles per hour. And so 34 meters per second, that speed would be equivalent to about 76.1 miles per hour. So that's how we would go about making those conversions. All right, let's take a look at another example here. They want us to convert 460 meters per second into miles per hour, and they've given us our conversion rates. So we're starting with 460 meters per second, so that's over 1 second. I know that there are 3,600 seconds in an hour. Well, my seconds are in my denominator right now, so I need the 3,600 to be in the numerator, the seconds in the numerator, the 1 hour in the denominator. And then again, there's 1 mile for every 1,609 meters. I need the miles to be in the numerator. So the 1,609 meters, that needs to be in the denominator. So my meters will cancel, my seconds will cancel, I'll just be left with miles per hour. So we'll do our multiplication. So multiplying across, I get 460 times 3,600. That's 1,656,000. And we're going to divide that by 1,609. So 1,656 divided by 1,609, and we get 1,029.2 if we round it, and again, that's miles per hour. So that would be our equivalent speed in miles per hour if we were going 460 meters per second, whatever we were measuring there. All right, and that's how we can convert between those different units, solving multi-step problems. As always, appreciate you taking the time to watch, and if you do have questions, please let me know. Thanks, have a great day.